On this week's episode of the Books, Booze, and BS podcast, we'll be discussing Like Real People Do by E.L. Massey. We'll also have a heated discussion on Thanksgiving pies, both favorite and hated, as well as book-to-TV movie adaptations. Happy listening. Welcome to this week's episode of the Books, Booze, and Bullshit podcast. I'm your host, Mike Jakubowski, and today I'm joined by returning friends Danielle and Celeste, and Karina will be making her debut in the podcast. I did tell Karina to prep some fun facts, but I'll let Danielle and Celeste give a bonus one first before we put her on the spot. Danielle, what is your new fun fact?
My new fun fact is that I have grandma hobbies, and no one would suspect at all if you saw me out in public that I crochet on the weekends and make sourdough bread. This weekend, I made my own bone broth. So maybe grandma / hippie hobbies?
I was going to say slash hipster sort of vibes.
Yeah. Which most people are really surprised when I'm like, what did you do this weekend? I was like, I started to crochet a new blanket. They're like, well,
I'm going to argue. I don't think crochet is for old people anymore.
I mean, I think it can be for anyone, but
yeah, I've been crocheting for years. I mean, now I'm an old person, but I've been crocheting for years.
You made it trendy again.
You're welcome.
It's coming back. Just like all, like, what are they?
Everything.
Yep. I was going to say, what, flared pants?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. My kid has pants that are like the Jenko jeans.
Oh, no.
Remember those?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Not our finest moment in the 90s and early 2000s.
No.
All right, Celeste, what's your new fun fact?
I'm going to my first professional hockey game tomorrow.
Professional as in minor league, like Wolfpack, or?
Yes, Wolfpack.
I wasn't sure if you were going to like New York or Boston or something.
Oh, no, there's people there. No, I got to see if I like it first.
Well, it's Boy Aquarium, as some people call it on TikTok, so
which
I'm
is
sure you'll
why
have
we're
fun.
going. Yeah, I'm bringing Danielle to the Boy Aquarium.
And you're going to introduce her to some of the fine young men of the Wolfpack?
Well, they're kind of young, so I was thinking maybe the coach we could try for.
Did you look up how old the coach was?
I did. I did Google him for Danielle. Yes, I did.
Excellent.
And I've got my Have You Met Danielle practiced and ready to go.
Excellent.
She's gonna fucking kill me.
All right, Karina, your 2 to 3 fun facts.
All right, I have 3. So first, I kind of mentioned this earlier, but I love the Oscars. It is my Super Bowl. I make sure every year that I watch all the major category films like Best Picture, Best Actress, Best Actor, and Best Supporting. And if I have time, Best Director nominations. Number 2, I am from the great state of Rhode Island, and I am super excited for the Real Housewives of Rhode Island debuting next year. So they just announced that at BravoCon Sunday night.
Is that a big Newport based, I'm assuming?
Oh God, no. They would never get money Newport people there. They're like definitely from like Cranston. So no. But in their dreams. And then lastly, my favorite book is Pride and Prejudice, a classic book that everyone should read and love. And my favorite book series is Lord of the Rings.
So good. Sorry.
So good.
Yeah.
So
I have the Tree of Gondor tattooed on my thigh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So I have never read Pride and Prejudice, but I have read Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
Okay.
Did you know that existed?
No, I do, and I have actively avoided that and the film.
I have read Pride and Prejudice.
I mean, maybe I'll give it a shot, but as I mentioned on a previous episode, I've struggled lately with classics, so it's going to take me a bit to get to it.
I haven't read it either.
There's no smut in it, so
yeah,
do what you will with that.
Celeste needs some smut in her life.
Not all books, but yeah.
Most of them. The majority.
I read Wayward today, and that had no smut.
Is there a Netflix show out for that now?
I don't know. I don't watch TV.
I think there's a Netflix show for it. So if you liked it.
A good book. It was a good book.
Wayward, not Wayward Pines, right?
No, just I have read that also, but no, just Wayward. I think it's relatively new.
Yeah, I think I have it on my shelf. Maybe I have a lot of books.
Same.
All right, so it is Monday night, and like everyone on a Monday, we're drinking, or most of us are drinking. So let's go around and tell what everyone's drinking. Celeste, what is the beverage of the week? And if you say it's the same thing as the last 2 times,
It's the same as last year's. But listen, in my defense, I bought a 6-pack, and I don't drink except when I'm recording with you. So just give an old lady a break. So yeah, it's Smirnoff Ice, pink lemonade.
I didn't know they made those anymore.
They do, and they're delicious.
That brings me back.
Yeah. Actually, I had a drink this week, but I don't remember where.
I saw someone drinking twisted tea this summer, and I was like, who are you? We don't do that anymore.
I think Twisted Tea is kind of making a little bit of a comeback at one point, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
it
few years
was.
back, Zima tried.
Oh,
Yeah.
Karina, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a red wine. I try to support the local vineyards in the state. So this is from Cassidy Hill. It's their Jets Red. It's like a semi-sweet red. But honestly, I prefer a French or an Italian, but I won't tell them that.
I am the same exact way. I prefer a Italian or a French wine.
Mm-hmm.
I like all the grapes. No, I have a word, but the minute you ever go to say something and then completely just blank?
Yes.
That's what happened. Like mid-word, it just died.
Yeah. The older I get, the worse it gets. Like perimenopause destroyed my mind.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
And Danielle, did I ask you what you were drinking?
You didn't yet. I'm drinking mulled cider.
Ooh.
I mulled it earlier. And now I have a simmer pot going because it smelled so good. I just wanted it to continue.
Love cider.
And I am drinking a pistachio martini.
Fancy.
I just happened to have all the ingredients on hand and saw it on TikTok earlier, and I was like, yep, that's what it's going to be.
Perfect. Is it green?
It is green.
That's amazing.
It's not like it's kind of like a gross green. Baked treat of the week. I know one of you made it. One of you can't eat it. Karina, did you make it?
I unfortunately was out hiking in the White Mountains this weekend, so I was unable to make it. But I will be making it this week. I might make a twist on it because I'm not a fan of Heath bars, and I apologize to Grandma in advance.
You definitely need to make it. It's so good.
Yeah, so Danielle made it. And did you bring it to like an event or did you just eat it in your house?
So I live in a multi-generational 4-family house. So I have an apartment upstairs. My aunt and uncle live downstairs. My cousin lives across the hallway. So I brought it downstairs.
Nice.
They're like, what's this for? And I was like, it's just for living with me. You got this wonderful cake. I was actually on a roll yesterday. I made sourdough discard, apple cider, donut muffins too. I brought those around. It's nice because I can have a bite and then give it to everybody else. Here you go. And I didn't mix up the baking soda, baking powder this time. Everything was wonderful. So there was no flatness. Everything looked the way it was supposed to. Mike, your cake was definitely decorated nicer though.
I will admit that I had assistance with the frosting of the cake. I did all the candy coating on the outside myself, but the frosting I was assisted by my husband.
It looked very nice.
And yeah, so like I had mentioned before, it's a Christmas recipe from my mother-in-law. She makes it every year. I wanted to challenge myself to make it into a cake, and I think it turned out pretty well. And maybe I'll have to bring it to Christmas, and we can do a battle of if the trifle or the cake is better.
Ooh.
You should.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
But she'll probably win. She'll definitely win. Saying that to save face. All right. So before we jump into the book, we always like to talk about the best thing we ate this week. So I will start with Celeste. What was the best thing you had to eat this week?
Apple cobbler cookies from Tony's Flower Shop in Cromwell.
I need to make it there. It's the second time you've mentioned them.
They are so delicious. I always get like a fizzy drink because I don't drink coffee. And I hadn't slept at all one night, so I went there and got like a caffeinated fizzy drink and apple cobbler cookie I don't even know. They're apple cookies, and they are amazing. So good. They're like soft and delicious. Yeah.
It's in Cromwell?
Yep. Main Street Cromwell.
I'm going to have to go. I love cookies.
They have good cookies. Their salted croissant is amazing. My daughter loves their savory croissants. We get bread from there, like the multigrain bread, and my whole family eats it except for me because it's got like I'm a toddler. I only like white bread. Do with that what you will. But their drinks are really good. I get the coffee beans. My husband likes to do a French press, and he like grounds the beans and everything, and so good. Plus local, support it.
I totally get that.
Their stuff looks great on social media.
Oh my God,
yeah.
so good. It's really good. Highly recommend. 5 stars. And the people that work there are phenomenal too. So
I feel like that's exciting. I've been let down more times by finding places on social media that look amazing, and I go and I was like, this can't be the same place.
everybody that I have told to go there has liked it. So do
What's
with that what
the
you
word
will.
of mouth now, so I believe you.
Yeah. And I'm picky. So
She is picky.
very picky. Yeah.
Karina, best eat.
Okay, can I just preface this with I am a Michelin star restaurant kind of person, and I love a wine pairing. So what I'm about to say is extremely embarrassing for me. So as I mentioned before, I was hiking in the White Mountains this weekend, and we were staying in my friend's camper van. So those have limited space and what you can concoct. But my friend and I made this Cabot pepper jack boxed mac and cheese, and we added black truffle salt and broccoli to it, and it was honestly the best boxed mac and cheese I've ever had in my life.
I don't think I've ever seen pepper jack.
Wow.
Neither have I. First time I've ever seen it. It was awesome.
Huh.
And Danielle.
I will have to say, sadly, it was the cake. I started working with a nutritionist earlier this month, probably not like the best time during the holidays. And so I'm counting my macros and all that fun stuff. So it was the cake. my bite of cake was the best thing I've eaten all week.
Just one bite?
I just had one bite and I passed it along.
Wow.
That is some willpower.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Kudos.
Yes, I just had one bite. I was like, so long.
And then I had cookies for breakfast. So just
And for me, the cake was definitely up there, but I will say that I'm a sucker for a good cheese plate. And on Saturday, my friend Sarah and I celebrate our 20th friend-iversary, and she brought stuff to make a cheese plate. And I don't know if anyone here has had Delice cheese before. I've only ever seen it at Trader Joe's, but it's more like a brie, but with like a hint of gorgonzola to it.
Ooh.
It's like a tiny brie, but it's probably hers and my favorite cheese to eat off a cheese plate. So we always make sure to have it.
Aw. And Sarah's
nice.
adorable.
She's all right as long as she keeps coming on the podcast.
Yeah, but she read the second book, and I did not read the second book yet because I was waiting because I didn't want to give any spoilers on the podcast. So the bitch she was making me mad Saturday because she read it and I haven't yet. But I'll be reading it tomorrow.
All right. Well, talking about the book, so let's jump in this week's read, Like Real People Do by E.L. Massey. Always, I'll give the disclaimer that there could be spoilers in our discussion. There are timestamps in the description of the episode if you want to skip around and avoid any spoilers before we read the book. So we will start with Celeste. What did you like about the book? What didn't you like? And do you have any favorite quotes or passages you want to share with the listeners?
Okay, first of all, I really liked this book. I thought it was so cute. It's not like tacky, like Hallmarky, I didn't think. Of course, I don't watch Hallmark, so what do I know? But I loved it. I loved the characters. Kuzi is my new best friend. God, I really, really enjoyed it. I read it 3 times in the last couple weeks, if that tells you anything. And I will be buying it because I borrowed it. I liked the character development. I liked the authenticity of the characters. It was just a fun read. Let's see. One of the quotes, this is so cute. So Kuzi's like, he's got a thick Russian accent. He's from Russia. And he's like the side character, right? But he said, this is so cute. Yes, after school, I'll go next door. 2 men live next door. Old men, funny. They listen to the radio and yell. Not angry yell, just loud, happy. They take good care for me and always have food for me and little things for play. Toys. He says a word in Russian, shrugs, and moves on. They help with school, help buy hockey gear. Good men. People say they're family, but not brothers. Cousins, yes, cousins, but they're not cousins. IMC, sometimes they hold hands in the house on the couch, wear no window, touch hip, touch neck, soft, like normal thing. Sleep in the same room. I'm not sea-kiss ever, but I know what love looks like when it has to be secret. And I just thought that was so sweet. Like, it's just sweet, you know? What else did I say? Oh, I would like to make sure everybody understands that not all Land Rover drivers park like assholes. Okay? Like, just, okay? No, I really, and Hawk. Can we just talk about Hawk for a second?
Well, anytime a dog's a main character, you're gonna rub the book.
And Hawk is first of all, very well trained service dog and a great character. And I like how it kind of also teaches you a little bit about service animals while telling the story. I loved this book. I really loved it. I don't know. What else did you ask me?
If there's anything you didn't like about the book, since you loved it so much.
Okay, so it does kind of end, but there's a second. Well, there's 4 books in the series, but the first 2 are about Eli and Alex. So it does kind of just end, and you have to read the second one. But the ending is good also, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'll say that I thought the second book involved them, but I thought it focused around a different couple. And so I thought it ended really abruptly. And then I realized that it just continues the story.
Yes, the second book is all about them too. And then the 3rd and 4th book are about a different couple in the same universe. But I like how it wasn't just from their point of views, if that makes sense. Like it also had, what's his name? Was it Matt?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then Jeff had a couple of chapters.
So you got to know side characters, which I enjoyed. Yeah, it was just a cute book. I'm going to buy this book and I will be reading it on a regular basis because it was just sweet.
I really hope the second book has a Kuzi chapter.
Oh, I love Kuzi so much. That Kuzi, when he was in the locker room, when Matt's first said something, Kuzi was all like, everybody wants to see mine. He was so funny. Oh, that guy makes me laugh. But he's also very intuitive, right? Like he sees things, but he understands intuitively, like, cause they're in the closet, right? Alex is in the closet and he can't tell anyone. And Kuzi knows it, like just inherently, which I respected. Yeah. And a lot of these books, the coming out happens before the end. And in this book, it doesn't.
Yeah, which I like that because it made it kind of more realistic in a way.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And not everybody, unfortunately, is supportive, right? In the real world, you're going to get shit, especially with the toxic masculinity of like organized sports like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it may have been a little unrealistic how many people were supported versus not supported.
Right. Well, and it could be too that, a lot of people, when they're put in an environment where it's said out loud that not being accepting is unacceptable, right? That they will hide their viewpoints versus coming out and being like outwardly homophobic. Because I think that, what's his name there? The best
Yeah.
friend.
Oh,
Cody?
Not Cody, the Cooper. Coops.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's very vocally will not accept any bullshit in the locker room. And then with the captain, Alex being like, no, it's not acceptable. You know what I mean? Like, so, and then Kuzi being like, no, and then Rushy coming out. Like, it was very much like the main people in the locker room are saying that kind of behavior is unacceptable. So even people that may not agree with it will shut up, if that makes sense.
no, it does.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's all sorts of spoilers, so you're welcome.
All right, let's hear from Karina.
Oh, I read a comment on Goodreads and it was like, you feel bad criticizing a book that everyone loves because it's like you're yelling at a small puppy. And that's how I feel when I criticize this book. And Celeste, you seem to love it so much. And I am on the other
every
end.
book is for, not everybody loves the same books, and I'm fine with that.
I did not enjoy this book. It started off like, you know, I was really into it. And I did listen to it on Audible just so I would make sure that I finished it in time for this episode because I love to read like 5 books at once and then grab another book. So I was like, I gotta commit to this. And for me, I think a lot of it did have to do with the narrator. The book, his voice just did not do it for me. His Spanish killed me in the end, and I wanted to throw my earbuds out the window when he was speaking Spanish. But I think one of the problems that I have with the book, and this is a lot of books that kind of start off as like fan fiction, and I think in my minimal research that this book started off as a fanfic book. Correct me if I'm wrong. But there is something to me in the writing of when it comes from like from fanfic, if you're taking it from the internet to getting it published, there's something in the writing that I don't know if it gets fully edited by the editors when it gets published. I had the same issue with 50 Shades of Grey, where some of the vocabulary is repetitive. You can kind of like guess what the characters are going to kind of say next. So like I found myself screaming like, where's your thesaurus from time to time. So, and also Alex, like I would never date a man who parked in handicap in the morning and his excuse is there's no one there at 5 a.m. So why are you parking like a jackass? Handicap parking, there's all this other parking available. And you're like, you know what? Fuck the handicapped people. I'm going to park sideways because no one's here at 5 a.m. And you're like, I'm going to date that guy? That guy. I was like, please, what are we doing? And he didn't even like, I wanted Elijah to give him more shit. And I don't know. It just, I did not feel the same way about the character development. I do have to remind myself, this is a book. This isn't real life. So I think when I do read young adult genres, I just need to remember that they're not a jaded 38-year-old that has already gone through life and that I need to not look at it from a realistic viewpoint. So I think that was kind of my issue too, besides the narrator annoying the shit out of me. And I think some of the other stuff too is, this is like, again, I think it's coming from just my viewpoint of just being 38 is, you know, when Alex buys Elijah that ticket to go visit Cody and he's like, you spent $400. And I'm like, you couldn't pay to upgrade him to first class? You have all this money and you say, I have all this money and you couldn't give that kid first class tickets? Like almost halfway across the country, you couldn't give him first class? And then what else? What else upset me? Oh, the usage of y'all. So I know this is probably really nitpicky, but these kids are, you know, Elijah's from the South. And I think, again, this came with the narrator, was that he didn't, like, the author didn't use y'all, I think, enough. Because when he would use y'all, it kind of was, like, unexpected.
Like jarring.
Yeah, like it was very jarring at points. I'm like, so does he have this Southern accent or does he not? Because like it would just pop in out of nowhere. I'm like, oh, we're using the Southern accent, and now we're bringing that aspect in. And again, I think that to me that kind of comes from like that fanfic background. So that I don't want to pick on Elijah and Alex too much, but also Alex being a 19-year-old captain for a professional hockey team was like another thing. And I know it has happened in the past, most recently in 2016, but still.
I also agree with that, and especially because he wasn't even supposed to be the number one pick in his draft.
No.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, so he wasn't supposed to be the number one draft pick. And then he all of a sudden is thrust into, this captain's position, but then he also doesn't have the leadership skills. He doesn't have great press. So why would you make him your captain? He is supposed to be, the mascot, the forefront of the team. And he's already known as like an asshole, right? Like he's not known as like this nice guy, regardless of like what he is behind closed doors. His public facing persona is not good. And then you made him the captain. Like it makes absolutely no sense. So I was like, that like bothered me like from the very beginning. It was like, why is he captain? He's 19. Doesn't make sense. So that was like another thing. But again, like it's a story. It's fine. Just go with it. But yeah, I think for me, it was more like the writing. I didn't love the character development as much. I felt it was kind of rushed. And I just think the locker room where like everyone is so accepting. And then you have like a few people who aren't. And, Elijah's parents are all like letting him come and like sleep in his room for Christmas. Like, have you met, Latino parents? That is not the case. I mean, you better be married if you go, and the South, if you're going to be sharing a room, okay? Like have you met a Latino person? Because that is especially like really religious and like, Catholic. Absolutely not. So that was like, oh, like they could have changed that up a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. It wasn't for me, but I'm glad everyone else enjoyed it more than I did. So
I will say, like, once I heard that like you had problems with the narrators' voices for the characters, so the company that produced this book for audiobook is doing both of mine. And I was like, I have to check the narrator to see if it's the same one. And thankfully it's not.
oh, good. I know it's just the voice and the accent, and it was just, and then like the Russian accent too. Like I guess his Russian accent was his best accent, maybe.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, that was that. The Spanish one really got me. That was like absolutely not, but absolutely not.
Do you think if you read it and didn't listen to it, you would have liked it more?
I think I probably would have. Aspects of it wouldn't have bothered me as much, like like the Spanish speaking or lack thereof. But I still think I would have had a problem with with the character development, and probably like, again like like does this person as a thesaurus kind of thing. But like I said, I've had that issue with other, like I said, 50 Shades of Grey. Like that was, while they're enjoyable and it's like nice easy read, that's just like something that just stood out to me that I would have picked up reading it as well, I think.
All right, Danielle.
So I liked it and didn't like it all at the same time.
Ooh, good. I picked loved it, didn't, and middle.
I'm definitely in the middle. At first, I didn't think I was going to like it. And I was like, I don't even know if I'm able to read this. It was very like rom-com-y for me, like in my mind as I was reading it. And I'm not a big rom-com fan. I mean, it's not a comedy, but just like as I was reading it, it kind of reminded me it kind of reminded me of something I'd see on the Hallmark Channel. I know you said it wasn't, but I got Hallmark vibes.
Do Hallmark, so what do I know?
I agree with you, Danielle. Definitely Hallmarky.
Yeah, whenever I hang out with my grandma in Florida, we watch all the Hallmark movies.
I've never watched a Hallmark movie, so I don't know.
I feel like I just had anxiety. I was waiting. So on Amazon, when I purchased it, because I read it on my Kindle, it said know about the book, and it said enemies to lovers, which They were never enemies from
For
the.
like 2 pages.
I was
I
really.
mean, they were enemies for like 2 pages.
Yeah, I was like, what is this? But I kept having anxiety because I kept waiting for the shoe to drop because I was like,
The
okay,
Louboutins.
I know. I feel like that was a little out there too. I was happy that he
As
bought
a fan of Louboutins, I'm gonna say that was amazing.
I mean, I loved it, and I love that he bought it for him. But I just thought it was kind of, like I said, everything kind of happened really fast. I just don't know how realistic that was, even though it is fake, right? It is a story. You know, in my mind, it kind of was like a Hallmark movie. So they would definitely do that then.
Well, they were friends for months, though, weren't they?
Yeah, they were friends for a long time. Oh, this got me. How did Eli not know that Alex was gay? Because I knew reading.
Yes.
He seemed so surprised. I was like, come on.
Well, I think that the assumption is a professional hockey player, which I'm not saying it should be that way, but the assumption is that's very straight presenting,
Yeah.
right? Like he didn't present in any way, right? Like it wasn't, I don't know how to explain it.
I feel like the things that he did weren't like straight home, like guy type things. Like he did very caring, or maybe just people I've dated when you do those types of things. You know, but I'm just saying, I was like, he likes him. He wants to hang out with you.
Yeah, but you can have that kind of relationship with a friend and not be like, I don't think that sexuality dictates kindness.
I don't either, but I just, when I was reading it, I felt like I could tell that he liked him. So why, to surprise me that Elijah didn't realize that he liked him.
Elijah also has 0 experience dating, right? And he grew up in a very toxic environment where heterosexuality is the only acceptable thing, right? Like he's mixed race in the South, gay, figure skater. Like
That's a lot.
Yeah, that
it's
was
a lot. It
But
is
I-
a lot. So he's not gonna know. The only person he has ever known is his best friend. So it's not like he has any experience whatsoever, right? And I think that part of the society that we have is that you assume a certain way. Except for me. I assume everybody's gay. But no, it's a true story. But most people assume that people are straight until, right? And I'm not saying it should be that way, but it is that way.
I can see that. I mean, it just.
And Eli was, unless I'm confusing it with another book, but he was kind of tortured. Like he was never, like growing up, it wasn't like, do you know what I mean? So he doesn't have any of those experiences.
Well, I know he didn't have he never had a boyfriend before, and he never went on dates. Those were his first dates.
Right.
But his parents seemed, when he said that he was bringing them home, seemed very happy and excited for him. So I don't think from a family perspective, I think he was supported. I think possibly school and unfortunately, like you said, South,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
But it did give me anxiety because I kept waiting for the shoe to drop. I kept waiting for Alex to do something he wasn't supposed to do because he didn't want to get caught out. Or when Elijah was visiting and they talked about the party and he was going to be sleeping in the other person's room, I was like, oh no, something's going to happen. And nothing ever happened. And it was great. But I kept waiting for it to happen though. But I can say, like, reading this, I smiled a lot. Like the book itself made me happy. So that the not like was the anxiety for me waiting for the shoe to drop. But overall, it was like a feel good read. It made me feel good reading it because there wasn't really, besides some like bigoted comments, nothing bad happened in the book, right? Like there wasn't any. No one cheated. No one did something that they weren't supposed to do. No one got hurt, really. You know, it was just a relatively not happy because obviously having to stay in the closet and not feeling like you can be accepted the way you are isn't a happy thing. but how they come together and even the way the teammates responded. Like, to me, it wasn't realistic. Like, the whole entire book to me wasn't that realistic, but I knew that going into it. So I wasn't expecting it to be realistic.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right. So, I'm usually pretty lengthy with my discussion. I will start with coming off the Pumpkin Spice Cafe last week. Like, this book could have been, like, terrible, and it still would have, like, seemed like the best book in the world. Talk about a Hallmark movie. Ugh, that book was awful. This book, however, I did enjoy a lot. I think that the author did a really good job balancing the mental health and physical health struggles where it was in the story just enough to be a part of it, but it didn't take over the book. Like when Eli had his first seizure very early on in the book timeline, like I thought like that was going to be a very big focal point. Like it was going to happen often, but it was there. But then it also wasn't because it was treated as something like Eli just deals with. And that's kind of like how the book dealt with it. Favorite character, we've all said it, was Kuzi. I loved how his broken English was written and the things he said. It seemed so real, but also brought like such a comedic aspect to the book. And I loved that he was just like a big, like lovable oaf. I also loved the first time Alex met Eli, and it was exactly how any of us would have reacted. Like he comes up, he's like, "Hey, Coops,
Dog.
are you? Oh my God, a dog!"
Yeah.
But also loved like Eli goes there to meet Jeff Cooper. He seems kind of starstruck by him and has a conversation of, I'm married, right? And to all appearances, tragically heterosexual. Yes, tragically, Cooper says solemnly. Also loved like, yes, let's move very quickly with the whole like date thing, but the fact that Eli's sitting in Alex's car, scrolling through Alex's phone, looking at a photo album of his cat. Obviously, I love that because I'm a cat person.
Yeah.
And then on that first date, when the girls walk up to the table and Alex is like, "Sorry, Hazard of hanging out with me." And the girls actually come up to see Hawk. And Eli's like, "Sorry, Hazard of hanging out with me."
That was so great.
That was a good one.
I also love the flashback to Eli and Cody when they were young. And Eli's coming out to Cody and tells Cody who his crush is. And Cody's like, "He has a weird looking nose, though. You could do better." And Eli's like, "I like his nose." And Cody says, "Well, no accounting for taste, I guess." And then description of like once now Cody comes out to Eli that it was all incredibly dramatic and embarrassing in the only way 12-year-olds can be.
Yeah. It's sweet.
Also, when Jeff forces Eli to do Jeff's routine in front of him, and Eli's like, "I hate you," and goes to center ice, and Jeff's like, "Don't play. You memorized my routine. You love me." Loved. Past tense. Crush is officially terminated. This is devastating news. Also love the scene when Eli comes back to Houston, and I think it's unrealistic, like we said, but the whole hockey team is there, like with the handmade signs.
Yeah.
Like I thought,
It's sweet.
I know.
All these books are unrealistic.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, there's no killer clown in the sewer, but we all like it. It's like, it's not realistic.
I really enjoyed when Eli, like when him and Alex are going back and forth in bed and they're talking about like the questions from the list. And when it's like, what would you just want to wake up knowing how to do? And Eli's talking about like a certain figure skating move. And Alex says, "Is that a spinny thing?" And Eli's like, "Yes, it's a spinny thing." A couple more. So when Eli and Kuzi are having their breakfast together before he takes them to the airport, and Kuzi talks about missing his mom's cooking, and he's like, "Maybe I get her cooking plays." And Eli's like, "Cooking plays? You mean recipes?" "Yes, recipes."
I love Kuzi.
One that made me really laugh out loud was when Eli was prepping for his calculus final, and he says calculus is homophobic. And Alex is like, "What? How?" He goes, "I'm gay, and it inconveniences me."
That is something my daughter would say 100%.
And then finally, when Alex goes home to Eli's childhood home and meets the farm animals, and Cody reveals that all the goats are named after figure skaters, and Alex is like, oh my God, please tell me there's a goat named Jeff Cooper. And Cody's like, "There used to be, but he was kind of a dick once he hit puberty, so they sold him." And I was like, that is the best Christmas present you could have given me. So now looking back at the book, when you're reading or listening, did any of you pick out any actors to play the roles of Alex or Eli or both? We'll start with Danielle.
No, I think we kind of talked about this a little bit before. I don't really watch TV. So when it was hard for me, when I envision these characters, there's no one I could see them playing.
Like generic, like older teenager?
Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, you could be anyone. Except maybe Elijah, because that's a unique combination. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even know who plays the movies anymore.
Karina?
So I had a hard time because everyone that I was thinking of is like 30.
Same.
I feel like they could play, 19, 20. So I was like, what, screw it. So for Alex, I was thinking Lucas Gage, because he's blonde and it doesn't sound like Alex is like this like beefy hockey player, so it could be someone who's a little bit more svelte. So it's like Lucas Gage, he has the range. And then Elijah was hard.
Oh, he's
Just
adorable.
again because of him being 19, and I have to like find someone that kind of can play a figure skater. The only person I can really think of is this actor Jabuki. He is a comedian, but he also has been in like Only Murders in the Building and a couple of other like small roles. He was really funny on Twitter, so it was nice to see him to get some acting roles. So he has like, he's smaller and he's funny. And then the only other person I could think of was for Kuzi. I don't know if anyone watched Nora, that won Best Picture in last year, but Yura Borisov, I'm totally butchering his name, is like, he is Russian, and I'm like, he could be like an enforcer. Like, he has the enforcer body type for a hockey player and the height. So that's the only three I can think of.
Celeste?
If I'm being honest, my first thought when I listened to it, but I thought of the two, I don't even know their names, but Heartstopper?
Yes. You could see both of them.
Yeah, except that I also thought of Alex as a young Heath Ledger. Kind of the curly, messy hair. But I don't know if I don't know. But yeah, I thought of Heartstopper and those guys.
For me, like, I had a really hard time. I actually had to like pull up a list of like popular actors under 30 to try to come up with people. And I personally have no experience with these two people, like watching them in anything, but based on looks, I think it kind of fit. So Chase Stokes, he's in the show Outer Banks on Netflix. I picked for Alex. And then Manu Rios from Elite, I think that's also a Netflix show. I picked for Eli. But again, that's just based on looks and not anything I've seen them acting wise.
I haven't seen either of those shows, but I know what you're talking about.
I'm like trying to look them up because what was the second one?
Manu Rios, Manu.
Ah, there you go. Okay, let me look at him. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, he's adorable.
So I guess it works then.
Yeah. Oh, I kind of want to see him skating.
All right. So do you plan on continuing with the series and or reading anything else from the author, Karina?
God, no.
You want to think about it or?
No, final offer. Best I can do is never again.
Danielle?
No. And not because I didn't enjoy it, it's just not my kind of book. Like, it's not what I would typically read, which is why I enjoyed it this much, but I wouldn't pick it up again or the next. So, like, I'm not really that interested to see where their story goes.
And Celeste, you agree with them, right?
I'll be reading the second one tomorrow.
And I'll also be reading the second one. Probably not tomorrow, but I will be picking it up.
Yeah, tomorrow.
And I think Celeste touched on this. Did you find the ending satisfying, Danielle?
No.
Because now you have to read a second book to see how it turns out.
That makes me so mad. Like I'm glad they're all out, but nothing makes me more mad than starting a book and having it just end and having to wait to read the next one. Or watching a movie. If you ever watched a movie and it just stops and you're like, but what now? And that's kind of how I felt. I was like, but I almost thought I missed something reading it on my Kindle, and I went back a couple times. I was like, but it can't just stop here. Like there's more to the story that they haven't told me yet that I need to know.
Well, I guess you don't watch TV because I feel like TV shows are always like that, right? There's always like a cliffhanger to make you watch the next one, which like a book series to me is always unless it's like there are certain books like the Puck Boys, right? Like where they're all connected, but each one is a separate book. You're like, so you can read them. You don't have to read them in order. They're individual, but like a lot of books, you read it like example, Fourth Wing, right? That series, the Empyrean series. You get to the end of Fourth Wing and you're like, okay, I'm devastated. And then you read the second one, you're going to throw it. You're like, what the fuck's going to happen next? And by the third one, you're like, God damn it. Like, but do you know what I mean? Like, and now you have to wait for it. So I guess I expect that in series where it's going to end and it's not going to end, if that makes sense.
It makes sense, but still annoys me every time.
Which is fair.
It never not gets annoying.
I mean, I guess it could have been made into one book, but now you're talking about like Crescent City, which is like 800-900 pages for one book, which obviously fine, but you know,
Not for this genre normally.
Yeah.
Right. It's usually world building kind of books.
So Celeste seems like she was fine with the ending based on the fact that it's a series.
Right. Like if yeah. It didn't bother me. Well, and it wasn't like someone was hanging off a cliff and now I gotta wait 4 years to find out if they're gonna die. It was just kind of like, okay, well, they're in love and that's the end, but it's not.
I don't know, being gay in the South at Christmas time, that seems like a cliffhanger kind of.
Fair. Very fair. Well, and he hasn't come out. So, like, there's so many ways it can go, right? Like, it could be a choice. It could be an accident. It could be, we don't know how it's going to come out because he's a public figure, right? So, and he doesn't, like, Alex doesn't have any family. So he doesn't have to worry about that aspect of it. It's just his career. Not that that's a just, but you know what I mean.
Karina?
So I'm totally fine with books, within series at the ending, but I feel like the ending should lead to like the next thing. Like not to bring it back to Lord of the Rings, but like it's not like the book ended, the Fellowship of the Ring ended with like Gandalf, going into the depths and then the book ends, right? Like there's still some building on after that, so what's going to happen next. Like like Frodo and Sam are going to go, to Mount Doom on their own, right? There's always like this anticipation, and I feel like with this book it did kind of just end, right? So we know Alex is going to come out at some point, but then he gets the phone call from his ex, but there's no like what's the anticipate, like what's the build up for next, like what that's like honestly like clear cut drawn out, like this is what we're going to be expecting for the next book, because honestly this book could have been just one book, right? But they wanted to build this series, and I just feel like it's so you're going to hit those two things in the first chapter of the next series, and when it could have just been an email, a book, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, there's just something about the ending that wasn't satisfying, and I thought, all right, the book's like there's another chapter, right? And then I hear the guy from Audible saying, hope you enjoyed this program, and I'm like, the book's over. So I don't know, there was just something abrupt about it that I didn't enjoy. Like there should have been a little bit more of a thought out ending, I think.
And I'll agree. So like I was reading a physical book, and I'm looking at how much is left in the book and like where it's at, and I'm like, I don't know how this story is going to resolve itself in the next 8 to 10 pages. And I think, like you said, like it's just how it kind of didn't lead you into the next book. Like it could have been beneficial if, I don't know, like it got them to the airport going back to Houston, and like press was at the airport with the revelation, or something broke on social media that they see right at the end of the book, like something to tie it to the storyline for book 2.
Yes, I agree.
But
I could see that.
I also, like I said, finished this book thinking that the next book was about a different couple. So it really threw me when it ended the way it did until I went back. I was like, oh, okay, this makes a little more sense.
Yeah. I knew that before I started, so
So you're prepared.
yeah.
All right. So any more thoughts in the book before we head to the bullshit section of this episode?
Nope.
No.
All right. So this will be the first part of 2 Thanksgiving conversations, one this week and the topic finishing up next week. We are going to talk about pies to start the week. So what pie to you is Thanksgiving? Is it your favorite? Or if it's not, what is your favorite pie? We will start with Karina.
So the 2 pies that remind me of Thanksgiving, because there are 2, because my grandpa used to make 2, are pumpkin and squash pies. I think they are disgusting, so I do not enjoy them. However, apple pie is something that I always make sure that we have for Thanksgiving, or chocolate cream pie. Neither of those scream Thanksgiving, but to me, they are the best. So they will show up at the Thanksgiving table.
Danielle?
I would say apple pie is a staple. Apple and pumpkin. It's always 2. I don't know. There's never just one pie, but it's always apple and pumpkin. And I like them both. I make a really good apple pie, but I love a good pumpkin pie.
Celeste?
My mom's apple pie, 100%. And I'm not a huge pie person. I'm also probably the only white girl in the world that hates everything pumpkin. So no to the pumpkin. No. But my mom's apple pie is amazing, and she makes it for Thanksgiving. So she makes it for all those kind of holidays, and it's my favorite.
So for me, like in my brain, when I think of the pie associated with Thanksgiving, it's pumpkin. But when I think about what pie I actually like enjoy and eat on Thanksgiving, it's an apple pie. And for me, like apple's probably my favorite, but banana cream pie is kind of towards the top for a favorite mine, but that's also not a thing, not even remotely close to being a Thanksgiving pie. Apple's at least like a fall fruit, so it kind of works as a Thanksgiving pie. For me though, an apple pie has to be either homemade or from a good orchard or bakery or from Costco. Otherwise, if it's like a generic grocery store apple pie, I won't eat it. It's disgusting.
Yeah, no.
Now,
My mom's from scratch. End of list.
pumpkin pie, if you really want to save some time and probably money, you go to Costco and get their 4-pound pumpkin pie that costs $5.99. Like, I don't think you can make a pumpkin pie for under $6, and it can feed like 20 people.
That $6 is completely wasted because gross.
I buy that every year. Every year she buys that, and she eats like half of it.
Well, and if you go get the $6 pie and then go to the food court and get your 1/4-pound hot dog.
Ew. God, that is not food.
I love hot dogs.
Nope.
Love them.
Again, toddler, don't eat.
No, if you were a toddler, you would love hot dogs.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, I just behave like a toddler, but no, I won't eat anything. I'm the pickiest human being on earth.
All right, so least favorite pie. Celeste, is yours pumpkin, or is there one that you like less?
Again, I don't really like any pies, like apple, sometimes blueberry.
Like, no, but is there one that like really offends you?
Well, I wouldn't eat a pecan pie.
Well, that's because you can't eat it.
Right. But yeah, no, pumpkin, ew. No.
Danielle?
I have not had a pie that I didn't like.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Nope. Well, I like them all. Cherry pie, blueberry pie, lemon meringue pie, key lime pie, pecan pie. I can go through the pie list. Banana cream pie, chocolate cream pie.
I like chicken pot pie. Does that count?
I think it should.
Yeah, it should.
It definitely should.
But also, we're talking about least favorite pie. So,
No, I like chicken pot pie. Sorry.
Karina?
I'm sorry to say, but banana cream pie is probably my least favorite. Banana is a top 5 hated food in my life. So
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, any bananas no, it's a hard no, hard pass, but you guys can all enjoy it.
I like banana bread, but bananas, no.
I ran my first marathon with Celeste, and she was having some food struggles and was forced to eat a banana at like mile 25. I saw how much she struggled through it.
Yeah,
I would rather die.
Well, and my blood sugar was so low, I was gonna like pass out, so I had to eat something, and the only option was banana.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Sometimes, like in an ultra, I can get one, like a half of one down. But it's, I gag on it, so it's kind of funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I hate bananas. My oldest is 23, and when I was pregnant with them, I got sick from bananas, and to this day, they make me sick. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
My least favorite is blueberry. I don't love a shit ton of blueberry at the same time, and pretty much a blueberry pie is just like it's just gross.
It's so good.
And like, I know a lot of people have opinions in a very polarizing strawberry rhubarb pie. I've never had it, so maybe that could take the place of blueberry, but right now it's blueberry pie for me.
I've never had strawberry rhubarb either.
Same.
Danielle, you've had all the pies.
I like it. We used to make it. We used to have rhubarb in the backyard.
I've never had rhubarb, so there you go.
I would say rhubarb is a required taste. Like it's an acquired taste.
Yeah,
well, I watch a lot of baking shows, and like some of the hosts don't like rhubarb, and someone's like, "I made a rhubarb pie." I'm like, if you know the hosts and the judges don't like it, why would you make a rhubarb pie?
Yeah, that's idiotic.
All right, here's a big Thanksgiving question: do you actually like turkey, Celeste?
Nope, not at all.
Karina?
Hell no, that shit is dry.
Thank you. It's disgusting.
You can't. I don't care. Give it to me smoked. I don't want it.
No.
I love turkey.
And I sometimes like turkey. I've had good turkey from Thanksgiving. I've had not so good turkeys before on Thanksgiving or associated meals. I will say this year that my brother and sister-in-law are taking over my side of the family's Thanksgiving, and I believe they're adding another protein into the mix. So I'm excited to see what that is.
Nice.
I believe it might be steak.
Nice. Ooh.
And so like I have to do 2 Thanksgivings every year, so it'll be good to have like different main dishes at each.
Yep.
And so on that note, like for Thanksgiving for the 3, be like, do you always have turkey, or do you have things in lieu of turkey or things in addition to turkey? Danielle?
I've only ever had turkey.
Karina?
That's it. Hands down.
We go to my husband's aunts, and they always have other proteins. So like last year, I think they had smoked salmon. So there's always something for me to enjoy and avoid turkey.
Excellent. Celeste?
Mother-in-law will make a turkey, but she'll make other things too. So like she'll have like steak, and she'll make like, no lie, 5 main courses and like 10 side dishes. And it's all amazing except for turkey because gross. But mother-in-law can cook. And now I've taken over like my side because it's really just my parents. I'm an only child. So like this year they're all coming to my house on the weekend instead. And we're making bulgogi chicken. Like, I'm not making turkey. I refuse.
Hey, make what you, especially if it's not on the actual day too. That gives you a lot more freedom.
Well, and I told like, because my kids, their significant others are coming over, and I'm like, we're not having turkey. Make sure they know there'll be no turkey. None. So yeah, and my husband likes to grill bulgogi chicken, so that's what we're gonna have. So I don't have to cook it.
Do you and your family have any Thanksgiving traditions that you do every year? Danielle?
No, I feel so lame saying that too. We don't. I could honestly tell you start from finish what we do every year. So I guess the whole day is a tradition because we kind of do the same thing every year.
Yeah, that kind of works though. Celeste?
Yeah, same thing. We go to my mother-in-law's usually, or we come here. It depends on this if she's in Florida or not. And we just eat. And then all the kids like to play games. My husband's a big time gamer. Our basement is ridiculous. When I say we have hundreds of games, I mean, I think he has 4 VRs. He used to have like 6 Xboxes. I don't know if he still does. I don't know. But so yes, our house is fun and all the kids just play. All the kids are older now too. But yeah, they just hang out and play games.
And Karina?
We always play. I don't know if you guys have ever played Step Back, but we play.
Oh yeah,
We play the 9-5 version, so it's always guys versus girls, and it goes on until the wee hours, and it's so much fun.
oh yeah. My uncle has broken a table or 2 playing Step Back.
Many words have been spoken, and I always tell my husband, I'm like, I don't know you. We are not friends. There is no family here. This is just guys versus girls. And
Yeah,
what I'm about to say to you, just forget after this game's over.
Oh, see,
Yep,
now
no, I
I
love
wouldn't say that to my husband. I'd be like, remember every word, sir. Every word.
Yeah, I don't think we really have any traditions. Like the only thing I can think of, my mother-in-law does like an annual photo with props, and there's always usually like some sort of contest where you can win a prize. Like one year, we had to count like how many pumpkins were in her house.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Your mother-in-law is adorable.
But like it was like pumpkins like on things and pumpkins.
Oh, okay.
So the numbers were very varied amongst people.
Who won?
Not me.
I wouldn't win.
All right, final Thanksgiving question. Team parade, team football, or team post-dinner nap? Danielle.
Nap all the way.
Karina.
Football in between cards.
Excellent. Celeste.
Can I say none?
I guess.
I can't nap. I don't watch TV. And what was the other one?
The parade.
Oh, yuck. No.
But I guess if you had to pick one.
Football, if I had to pick.
All right, good. I'm team football all the way. I think parades are boring as shit.
Yeah, like, yeah.
I think the parade would be fun if you were there.
No, because there's people there.
Like, what happens if you have to pee?
Just watching it on TV.
Mike, that is always my thought too. What happens when you have to pee? Like, where do you go?
You wear the Depends.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Yes. Do you have any idea how often I have to pee?
That's true.
Yeah, but I can't aim that well. That's why I like trails. I can pee anywhere at any time.
All right. Final topic of the bullshit section, book to TV/movie adaptations. So, are you someone who will only watch a movie or TV show if you've read the book first? Karina.
100%. I still have Outlander somewhere in my many bookcases that I need to read before I watch the show, and lessons in chemistry, and RIP to Wheel of Time because I'm still on the 4th book before I finish the last season before it was canceled.
Celeste, I know you don't watch a lot of TV, but like if you were going to watch something, would you read the book before?
It depends. So, like, I actually watched Game of Thrones before I read the books. And then I had a hard time with the books. I only got through like 3 or 4 of them. I couldn't finish them. But like some time, like I saw Jaws before I read the book because I didn't realize it was a book. But usually I'll read the books first.
Danielle?
I'll watch the show first or the movie first because I usually am disappointed by what I would rather think of the characters how they are in the movie than have thought of them on my own and be disappointed by the show or the movie.
Oh, like the casting didn't light up in your brain.
Yeah. So I'd rather have them, like the idea of what they look like in the show. Otherwise, I don't think I would like the show.
That makes sense though, because I'm like paranoid about some of the books that I love where they're like going to make shows, and I'm like, that casting better be spot on, or I'm going to be pissed.
Like for me, like I usually try to do a good job in reading the book before the TV show or the movie. I can think of only a couple of times where I've one where I purposely did it and one where I didn't. Game of Thrones, like you mentioned, like I have not read the books, but I've watched the whole series. And then earlier in this season, we covered the book The Ritual. I watched that movie because I just thought it was a movie and didn't know it was a book. And so now we covered it in the podcast, and I wasted a lot of time in my life between the book and the movie.
No, thank you to that movie. I couldn't even finish.
So, what is your favorite book to TV/movie adaptation, Karina?
No surprise, Lord of the Rings, and also Pride and Prejudice, the 2005 film, even though the PBS series was really good too. But
did you like The Hobbit?
Oh God, that was awful. That was terrible. It was
the movies were
3 films. Bad. They were really bad. I was really sad about that because I obviously love, Peter Jackson and, what he did with Lord of the Rings, but The Hobbit was just a hot mess.
Agree 1,000%.
A cash grab.
Yes. Payola, as they say.
Yeah.
Danielle?
All right. No laughing.
Too late.
Twilight.
Sorry.
Hey.
I wasn't expecting. Oh, those movies were just not good.
Well, I was hungry. So
I watched them many times.
So I'd actually started reading the book, and I didn't like the book, and I put it down. And then the movie came out, and I was like, I'll go see the movie. And then I liked the movie, so then I read the book, and then I read all the book.
Yeah, I've read those books like 15 times.
And Celeste?
I'm going to agree with Lord of the Rings. Because those books were perfection, and the movies were so good. The casting in those movies was really good. Really good. Yeah, no, I really like those movies. There's a few others. Like, I actually sometimes, I like Jaws, the movie, better than the book. Same thing with The Exorcist. Didn't like the book, liked the movie.
I didn't even know Jaws was a book.
Yes, it's different. There's a lot of things different in it than the movie. And I don't know because I saw the movie first, if that's why I didn't like the book as much. Godfather was very good. The book and the movie. So, there you go.
So, I couldn't narrow it down to one, so I'm going to give a few. For TV, I'm going to say 13 Reasons Why, but only the first season, not seasons 2 through 4.
Okay.
The first season followed the book very closely, and then seasons 2 through 4 made up its own story. So, did not hold up in comparison. But the TV adaptation to the book for season 1, very good. Simon versus a Homo sapiens agenda, which was the movie Love, Simon.
That was such a good movie.
Yeah.
I love that book.
So both book and TV, or book and movie, were both very good. And then I love a good scary movie. And so for me, 2 that really did it well were The Road by Cormac McCarthy or World War Z by Max Brooks.
Never saw that one either. You know who does really good book to movie or TV is Stephen King.
Yes.
Haven was an amazing TV show. That was really, really good. I don't remember what the book's name was.
I mean, he has so many that have been turned into TV shows or movies.
Right? Like Carrie, Pet Sematary, Salem's Lot, like all his old shit. Like those movies were it. The original It from way back when we were young. That was so good.
Yeah, Pennywise was definitely creepy in the old It.
Yeah. I think it was creepy in the new one too.
Oh,
I thought he did a good job. I thought he did a really good job.
But I think old school, when you didn't have the special effects where it was just him being super creepy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, Stephen King does that well.
Worst adaptation, Karina.
I recently just rewatched this movie and it made me angry all over again. Ready Player One. Really, really love the book. The movie is just
awful.
Hot garbage.
Yeah.
Danielle?
So I read these books when I was in high school, but I loved them. And then as a young adult, a series came out on the CW. It was called The Secret Circle. And it was horrible. It wasn't anything like the books. And I absolutely hated it. I was so excited, too, because I really enjoyed the books. And I was like, yeah. And it was a no.
No.
It was a no. Yeah.
Celeste?
Which books did I know? I don't know. I hate to say Twilight because I don't want to make the movie. But the books were bad too, but I liked them.
It was a different time.
Sense? I don't know.
We've read a lot since those books.
We have.
For me, so I do read a lot of YA, and it was A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I loved the book, but then I think Netflix and BBC released a show together, and the acting was just so fucking atrocious on the show that it was almost unwatchable. And then when I saw it got picked up for a second season, I was like, how? How is this happening? And my husband was like, we are not watching it, right? I was like, no, we're definitely not going to watch it. All right. So name your top 3 books or series you'd want to see made into TVs or movies. And if you have a preference on what format you'd want to see them in. We'll start with Karina.
Wheel of Time, I know the show just got canceled, but could they please bring it back? Because I would like them to continue, because they've only gone through, I think, 4 of the 13 books. So if they could bring that back, that'd be great. Also, they've already turned some of these into movies, but I would love these to be a series. The Chronicles of Narnia would be fantastic. The movies were so, and Disney got their hands on it and made it worse. So if Disney could just lay off and someone else could make this into a series, that'd be great. And lastly, I want some more Sherlock Holmes. I really enjoyed Benedict Cumberbatch as Sherlock. And there's so many more stories they could adapt back into the series. So if Benedict, if you can hear me, please sign back on. I would love more.
Okay, I also didn't mind the Robert Downey Jr. movies.
The first one was good. The second one was fine.
Entertaining in a way.
Yes, entertaining in its own right. I'm still mad about them killing off Rachel McAdams at the very beginning. It's still pissing me off.
Danielle?
A lot of books I read should not be made probably into a series or a movie that we could watch on normal television. But
or HBO.
It could be. Well, I don't even know if it's okay for HBO. Some of the things that they write out there, they're pretty crazy. But Butcher and Blackbird, I would love if that came out in a movie. That was hilarious. And it is part of a series, but each one is its own book. So just Butcher and Blackbird. And then, I don't know if you guys remember The Golden Compass. They made a...
Yes.
Yeah.
They made a movie out of it, but I feel like what? Where's the rest of it?
So HBO actually had a 3-season show that covered the 3 books.
Really?
It was called His Dark Materials, which is the name of the trilogy.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll go watch that. Was it good? Is it worth it? Did you guys watch it?
I haven't watched the last season of it. The first 2 were okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Karina, I don't know if you watched it.
I haven't watched it because I have the first book, and because I haven't read it yet, I won't watch the show. I'm a monster. Someone help me.
I actually covered those books as a class in college, and so
oh, cool.
Loved them since then. Was that 3, Danielle?
It was 2, but I don't have a third one. I tried, but like I said, I don't think we can watch them.
Well, speaking of things you probably can't watch, Celeste, what are your 3? Did we lose Celeste?
Okay, actually, Heated Rivalry, which is a great part of... Yeah, I can't hear you guys.
I can hear you.
You there?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yes.
I think she might be on a delay. So while we wait for Celeste to figure out her sound situation, I'll do mine. So my 3 would be Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow.
Ooh.
By Gabrielle Zevin. I think it would work best as a movie or a limited series, just because it's one book and I don't want them to drag out the story into multiple seasons and it doesn't make sense. Second would be The Celebrants by Stephen Rowley, also as a limited series. I think that would work well because it's a bunch of couples and it kind of goes chapters go back and forth between their lives and how they connect in the future. So I think they could like do an episode per like each couple, and then like some where they like reconnect. And then my last one, my favorite author is Jeff Zentner, so I will do either his book In the Wild Light, which is young adult, or his adult book Colton Gentry's Third Act. I think both would work well as movies. But yeah, I think those would be my three. Celeste, we have you back?
I think so.
Yes.
That was weird. It like freaked out. Anyway, okay. I think that, first of all, Heated Rivalry is coming out in Canada this month. So I'm really excited about that. I don't know how I'm going to get it, but I want to read that. I mean, I've read the book. Obviously, I want to see the movie. And I've heard talk about like ACOTAR and like Fourth Wing and those becoming movies, but I'd love to see Crescent City. I don't know how they would do it. I think it would have to be a TV show because it's just too much. The world building is huge and the action, it would be like a Game of Thrones kind of production, but that would be amazing. I think that's it.
Those are your few?
I think so. I mean, obviously, I would love to see. I don't know if you could do some of the books I like God of Fury. I would love to see that. I don't know who you would put as Miko, though, because I'd be very pissed if it wasn't someone perfect. Yeah, but that I would watch the shit out of. But again, it'd probably have like an X rating or something. So there you go.
NC-17.
Yeah.
Bring back the Spice Channel.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Was it Skinamax?
Yes.
Yeah. I'd watch it. Okay.
All right. So now we've hit most people's favorite segment. It's the rapid response segment. So I will give you each 6 topics, and I need your immediate response that comes to mind when you hear it. We'll let Karina go last since she's not experienced it yet. We'll start with Danielle. Are you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
All right. Sweet potato pie.
Yum.
Chris Hemsworth.
Ooh.
Rice pudding.
Yum.
KFC.
Not yum.
Using Miracle Whip in place of mayo.
Absolutely disgusting.
And Tom Brady.
Is that the football player?
Yeah.
I guess that answered it.
That's only one of 2 appropriate responses. One would be gross and your response. It's better that like you don't know who he is because that's more ego crushing.
Oh my God. I'm wearing a New England Patriots shirt right now.
All right, Celeste.
Okay.
Cranberry sauce.
Ew.
Chris Pratt.
Okay.
Banana pudding. Chick-fil-A.
No, fuck you.
Putting milk in the bowl first and then cereal.
Oh, God, stop that. Don't even say it. What is wrong with you?
And Peyton Manning.
Whatever.
Not the appropriate response.
Sorry, I know, but whatever.
All right, that brings us to Karina.
Yes.
Green bean casserole.
Ew, that's white people food.
Thank you.
Chris Pine.
The best Chris.
Ooh, interesting take. I would say Chris Evans, but that's me.
Second best.
Tapioca pudding.
Absolutely not.
Popeyes.
Never had it.
Ooh, interesting. Chickpea pasta instead of full gluten pasta.
Oh, God.
God, I don't hate myself that much.
And last, Aaron Rodgers.
What a waste of a man. Get him off my TV screen.
That is absolutely the appropriate response. All right, so